everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Just finished work. Got about an hour or so. Plan today is to crack on with the lower part of the driver's side hinge post on this old girl right here. I had a little thought after last time that I probably actually need to do some more welding on the inside of it, because otherwise I'm going to burn through the back, and any kind of zinc protection I've put in there I'm not going to be able to get back to again. So there's going to be a little messing around, and then hopefully a bit of cutting and fitting of some new panels. So I will turn the camera around, give a quick update, and you can see what the plan is. So we got to this point last time, which I was really pleased with. And what did I get up to? Oh yes, I did. I managed to cut this part, didn't I? So this is the flat part of the inner wing. This sits here. That's right, I remember what I did now. I clamped it all up and I kind of got it fitting okay-ish. So I'm not going to mess around with this too much more. I need to clean all this paintwork off, the shop paint. I was struggling over the past few weeks with the welder, and I think I'm getting through that now, dialing in the settings. So hopefully shouldn't be too bad. Clean off all of this paint. I think I'm going to clean off. I need to drill some holes through here to do some plug welds, and some through here. These are my old ones using my old welder. Hopefully the newer ones will be a bit better. Learning as you go. But before I do any, and once that's in, maybe that's all I'm going to achieve today. I don't really know, because I'm really keen to get these parts on, because then I can hang the door and see how much I buggered things up. Or not. That's the plan. I might not have buggered things up, but I probably have buggered them up a little bit. And then on the inside, so what I'm going to do first is finish this weld here. Oops, you can't see that. It's been tacked into place, but I need to fully stitch this in now. Otherwise, when because it's going to burn all of this zinc primer off. And this is a bit of a rust spot anyway, obviously, because I'm having to fix the rust. So I'm going to spend a bit of time getting through here, getting through there, getting across that corner. So a bit of grinding down first, and a little bit of welding, and then trying to fit this. That's the plan anyway. Really, I'm a total and utter liar, aren't I? So there's me saying that, I'm just going to tidy it all up. Well, I got carried away. So I thought, whilst I'm under here, I might as well improve all of this. So this isn't too bad, just needs tidying up. This was the total mess. So I've cleaned through there. Probably needs going over a little bit more at the top there. That's where it had that horrible underbody in there. So when I was trying to weld it, it really wasn't getting through at all. This also just needs tidying up. That's half decent. That is where the panel was open, so I'm quite pleased how well that's been plugged. And this could do with a bit of grinding down. So the idea is just to go through here again, and then come up the top here. I can smell burning, and I can see smoke. Where's that coming from? Ah, crikey. There's some smouldering up there. Right, can you see that? I'm going to have to do some investigation. That is not good. Wow. Wowee, that could have been close. So this is the old soundproofing, which is just some Hessian, really. And the sparks, I think, from when I've been coming up here have ignited. So I've literally just ripped it out from behind the bulkhead there. Wow. There you go. Live action fire. Exciting. Safety shoes. There you go. Well, that's why I've got an extinguisher tucked around the corner there. But also, after I've done any welding or grinding, I'll probably stay in here 5-10 minutes just to make sure. So I'd actually finished grinding probably about 3 or 4 minutes before I started filming. So it goes to show how things can smoulder away after you think things have gone out. Woo! It's exciting, wasn't it? Right, welder. Right, I've got a bit of white spirits onto the affected area, and it's cleaned up a lot better now. There's still a lot of, it's just dirty, isn't it? Dirty. So And I've also realised, I mean, there's lots of lessons learned, that when I took this part of the domed wing off, or out, you know, cut it out, I should have cleaned up this edge here. Well, assuming it was welded. So I've cleaned it up as best as I can. I don't know if I'm going to get a good weld through there. I'm going to try. More importantly, tidy up through here. It's a total mess. This one here is a mess as well. I've cleaned it as best I can, but I'm probably going to tackle that from this side and go over that area again. Again, I was struggling with the welder at that time, and I'm probably still going to struggle with the welder, but I also didn't spend enough time preparing and cleaning, so yeah, huge lessons learned there. Right, enough rambling. Gonna start bringing the welder in and see what we can do to tidy things up. Well, that just turned into an hour of welding. Which I'm quite pleased with how it went, all things considered. It's really difficult to clean all these joints when they're already installed. Huge lesson learned. Make sure everything's clean before you fit anything. And I mean everything. You don't really get a chance to get back onto it properly. But I managed to close everything up, give or take. There's quite a lot of spatter around here, you can see. I've got through here. It lumped up a bit here where the hole was. But I've welded on the other side as well because I could. There it is. So I'm confident that that's okay. But I started another fire. I mean, there's lots of lessons learned here. There you go. So that was just in the car from years ago. And highly flammable. So there you go. Maybe I need to have a bit of a sort out. But, which I will do. I mean, I need to have a tidy of the workshop. Anyway, it's horrible at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do is focus. I've still got to do some more patches and welds through here. At which time, when I get the grinder going, I'll get that sorted. What I'm going to do now is clean it off in there as best I can. It lumped up there, unfortunately, but I've got it on both sides. I'm quite pleased because you can see the burn marks where it penetrated all the way through. So, all in all, I suppose it's progress, needs to be done. I'll clean up in there and then start tidying, and then I'll spray that, and then I'll start tidying up the what's it called, the inner wing. So I'll start cleaning off the shop paint now whilst that's drying, drill the holes and what have you, get that piece all prepared to be fitted. I was thinking as well, I mean, I can always get into this void at a later time from drilling from the inside and then spraying some primer or some body seal down there. I don't know which type yet, any recommendations welcome, but yeah, I get a hose in there and I can fill that all up. I mean, bearing in mind it really rusted to about this point anyway, it's not going to rust any further, so I just need to fill up the lower section there, likewise through here, but I'll probably do all that before I'm finished. So yeah, a bit more grinding and messing around, and then yeah, cleaning up. Right, well, I've generally cleaned up a bit now. This has come out quite nicely, the seam area, quite pleased with how that's rubbed down. So I'll spray this up now and let's see how we go on. So that's been tidied up nicely. Need to get into that corner a bit more, but yeah, a lot better. Right, a bit there, you can see it in the camera more than you can see it in real life. So a bit more cleaning and then drill some holes. That'll be up here and there. Maybe even with the sound effects. Holes, holes. I'm only doing a couple of holes at the top of the return because I can weld down the side of it onto the seal boxing, so it doesn't really need tons and tons of welding, tons of holes drilled in it. So let's pull the burrs off and then let's offer it up, see how we get on. Already done this once already, so I've got something in my hand. I know it generally fits, but we can give it another go, can't we? And then I suppose we could get 1 or 2 welds in, couldn't we? We could get 1 or 2 welds in, that'd be exciting. Maybe just some of the spot welds. So I'll set the camera up, we can give it a go. So, all set up. A couple of clamps. Should have probably done this bit off camera. It's all of a sudden very dull, isn't it? I'll give you some commentary. I'm taking some clamps out of the toolbox. And I'm putting the clamps in my left hand. Okay, you can see now the commentary's finished. Only because you probably couldn't handle any more of that. It was probably too much for you. Right. Now, I've got an annoying confession to make. Now that I've offered this up, it's even worse. There's a thin piece of metal on the return here that you can't see. I'll bring the camera around, and it's made a right old take a chunk out of the nice neat edge. It was really thin though. I mean, I literally touched it and it fell to pieces. So I'm going to have to do some kind of repair here. I'll turn the camera around after I've oiked all this in. So. I'll clamp here first at the seam because that's more critical to everything else. This angle here probably isn't going to be right because it's just a pressed panel and you know it's been worked before, we know that. So this part here is critical. Needs to line up with the hinge post. If we get this bit wrong, then the door don't shut. Right, so it's now wanting to push away, which means that this angle's out. So I'm going to counteract that with a pushing back, which straightens it all up quite nicely actually. Oh, nearly face planted then. Brilliant. Et voila! With the Poundland hammer, Poundland screwdriver. Got a little bit of something caught my hand there. So it's lined up nicely here. There's that big gouge I was talking about. It's horrible. Don't know what we're going to do with that. What I do, we're going to have to fix it. And you can see the alignment's not quite right here. I mean, it's perfect there, which is what I want. That is absolutely perfect because it's where the joggle is, you see. So I'm really pleased with that. The bottom has it, well, you can see here, it needs pushing back at the bottom as well. I'm going to turn the camera off, just because it's going to be pretty boring otherwise, and I'll switch back on when I think I've got somewhere. But I'm all right in the end. So I've managed to get the big clamps here, squeeze it together a bit, And it went pop. Something was obviously keeping it snagged. Got the big clamp on there. Lines through lovely here. Like I say, it's in and out here. I think there's been some sketchy repairs here in the past. You can see there's a fold of metal there, and this feels like a weld. I don't really know what's going on there. I can't see how that can be replicated with the panels I've got anyway, so I think there's been a bit of cutting and carving historically. Sits nicely at the bottom now, and I've got it nice and in line, as you can see. Now there is another piece that goes over the front and goes onto this joggled bit here. You can't quite see it too well. Maybe you can on the camera actually. You can see that lines up nicely with this. So I think we're in a relatively good place. I'm annoyed about that hole. It's pretty ugly, isn't it? And I'm going to have to find some magical way of patching that up. Might have to cut a small section out and tack something in, which is a bit of a shame. But I think for now, I'm going to do a weld there, do a weld there. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to spray the back of it. I'm not going to do that. I am now going to definitely have to seal inside here. I'll do that. I'm going to order something up straight after this video that can get in that hole and spray it. I'm not taking that all off. It was right old effort. Yeah, so I think a couple of welds. 1, 2, 3. Maybe get another one in here or something along here. And call it a day. Big step forward. So I'm going to call it a day. I've got things to do with the family. Started obviously popping that into place. Seems to be going fairly well. Needs a bit of a clean up, obviously, going over a few more bits and pieces done to it. But hopefully, the next time we can move on to the hinge boxes, which would be kind of cool. Excited for that. Be really good. Anyway, thanks a lot. Bye now.